Hello and welcome back to the Resurrecting Romans. So, I have just noticed that we have some land up here. How long have we had this for? We've had this since, well, probably 1750. Okay, so we probably had this since the start of the game. Good to know. I'm very observant, as you are very aware. Right, we have a bunch of de jure claims we can press as well. I'm quite happy with where we are. Trying to control the realm is quite enough for me right now, but maybe in the future I'm looking to expand. Is my retinue fully sized yet? That's a good question. I mean, it is my question, so I'm a little biased towards it, but I think it's good. Right, that retinue is full. I'm just going to quickly go in there and then leave, just so I get rid of this army that's near us. Nice. Head back. Gonna just wait a second. Excuse me? Yeah, what are you doing thinking you can raid me? I mean, you almost succeeded, but what are you thinking? Okay, that looks like a martial education for me, because diplomacy doesn't seem to have gone very well. So I guess we'll look for a good person with martial to educate you. Like this patient, temperate, highly trained guy. Yeah, you seem perfect. Train my son. Right. Bunch of things I can usurp. I'm not going to, but a bunch of things I could usurp. Are you independent? Essentially, yes. You have no vassals, and it's just you. So I could take this bit of land if I wanted, and that would give us a contiguous border. Well, it would give us a, contiguous border. I could just holy war it. Probably don't want to, because then Serbia could join. But de jure war it, nobody else can join. There's potential there. How big can my retinue go? I can get a larger cataphract retinue if I wanted to. Okay. What's this? Epidemics? My own realm has an epidemic. Ah, up here. Measles. Okay, so it's not really here. Esteemed Basilius of the Byzantine Empire. I wish to forsake my old religion and lead Carinthia into its rightful place amongst the civilized realms. I humbly request the Byzantine Empire's assistance to ensure a peaceful transition into the iconoclast faith. King Lovro. But I kind of want you to stay Slavic so I can holy war you. So do I just say no? I think I kind of just say no. Yeah. I'm not about converting people. Another proposal. As you walk at a brisk pace through an empty corridor in the Imperial Palace on your way to another tiring meeting with your advisors, you hear a faint whisper from one of the window curtains. After readying your dagger, you pull the curtains aside to reveal Anaximandros, the gnome man who recruited you into chariot racing. I should have you drawn and quartered, you hiss at the man. The entire blue team had their chariots fall out from under them. Anaximandros smiles and even speaks. Calm yourself, Majesty. Your chariot held together, did it not? I have a new and cunning plan for the next race, one that cannot fail. Your epic victory will be celebrated for centuries to come. Yeah, sure. Let's join the scheme. I'm up for it. Training resumes. You resume your chariot training, and although you were an even better racer now, it still may not be enough to best the other competitors, many of whom have been driving chariots since early childhood. Anaximandros approaches to tell you of his new scheme. Behold, Majesty, he says, and produces a small bottle from within his cloak. One drop of this concoction, which my associate and I have only acquired at great cost, I might add, is enough to send a man running for the latrines within minutes. Each member of the green team will be offered some spiced wine by their quartermaster, a man in our employ, just before the race is about to begin. I think you can see where I am going with this, Your Grace. Good, this might actually work. Oh, a free intrigue. The day of the second race. Once again, you ride into the hippodrome in your chariot, to the cheers of the people. It looks like nearly all of Constantinople has turned up for this momentous race. Spiridon, your old nemesis, is instructing the rest of the green team when their quartermaster offers them a sip of wine to fortify the resolve. All accept this offer, except Spiridon. Instead, he loudly proclaims he will offer his wine to the blue team who will need it more. Before you can object, the other blue team racers happily share the wine between them. The trumpets blare and the race begins. Within seconds, the first few racers leap off their chariots, sprinting for the latrines. Soon, only you and Spiridon remain, and sadly for you, he proves to be the better chariot racer. He overtakes you in the final lap and rides his chariot to victory. Confound it all. Oh, awful. Well, hopefully we don't see any more of Anaximandros. Oh, this person died, and I'm guessing they were next in line to the Byzantine Empire because, well, now my brother is. So that is the Duchy of Ottomatoi, or Ottomatoi over here. Well, that looks definitely like it should go to this person, because that's pretty much the entire de jure land. He loves us for it. Good. We're not over our limit anymore. How do vassals feel about me overall? We have a few negative 100s, but honestly, most vassals like me. That's the thing. Most vassals think I'm okay. We have a new heir. It's our brother. Wait, do I have two brothers in the... Yeah, I have my brother here, who's in line. I also have my brother here, who's in line. Oh yeah, I want to put my face behind this brother. Xenobios. He seems so good. Well, in terms of intrigue, anyway. Why are they voting for why are they voting for Xenobios? Let me just have a look. Oh, they don't like that my guy's a stark raven lunatic. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I changed my vote for Xenobios. 460 on the vote. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Lots of people on it. Some people are voting for my uncle, but they're all voting for members of my family, which is what matters. A piece of the Hagia Sophia has fallen off, almost hitting a bystander in the head. Certain areas of the magnificent structure seem to be in dire need of upkeep. I get 100 gold or start repairs. Let's start repairs, as I'm not sure if it would punish me later. Wait, now neither of my brothers are next in line? How did this guy jump ahead? Why are you voting for him? He's a brilliant general. Well, okay. Whatever. The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it seems. The Basilius having a rival so much beneath me, it seems a bit silly of me to hold him as my rival. Yeah, we'll end it. That's okay. He only hates me a lot now. I was willing to bury our rivalries and past deeds, the stabs at our reputations our rivalry had caused in the past where it belongs, but Count Maximus was not as magnanimous as I. Basilius or Count, our rivalry will continue forever. Oh, well now we're rivals again. I see. Well, if that's the way it has to be, that's the way it has to be. Right. I have a lot of money. I do want to buy more cataphracts, so I'm going to buy another cataphracts. That's okay. One sunny afternoon. You enjoy a quiet moment away from your advisors under the shade of a tree in the palatial garden. A sound from above catches your attention. You look up, you spot Anaximandros, the chariot gnome, hiding on a branch. Your Grace, he whispers with a smile. Before I suffer your wrath, I ask that you hear me out. He scurries down from the tree and gives you his offer. Fate may have conspired against us in the past, Majesty, but this time my plan is foolproof. He flashes a toothless grin, the closest he can manage to a winning smile. Third time's the charm, eh, Your Majesty? What do you say? It better be, I'm in. Yes. Oh, child lacks a focus. That one. Right. Oh, child lacks an education. This is my son, Demetros. So we'll give him an intrigue education, and we will get him intriguely educated by... This guy's got diligent. By this guy? Sure. The Chariot. Anaximandros brings you to a small workshop in one of the seedier districts of Constantinople. Here he explains they will weaponize your chariot. While you watch, the craftsmen install a pair of extendable metal blades into the chassis, intended to shred the wheels of any chariot adjacent to yours. You train extensively with the new chariot until you have mastered its new weapons. As you're about to leave for the hippodrome on the eve of the race, Anaximandros hands you a flanged mace. For good measure, he explains. Let's hope it does not come to that. Another marshal? Oh, don't mind if I do. The day of the third race. This is it. The final race of the season. The hippodrome is filled to capacity. and a deafening roar greets you as you ride your chariot into the arena. You line up next to Spiridon, your old foe from the Greens and crowd favourite. "Your Majesty," he says and spits on the ground. The trumpets blow and the race begins, but it seems that you weren't the only one to have brought arms. Everything turns into a huge melee as the drivers hack and slash at each other using both handheld and chariot-mounted weaponry. Anaximandros has played both sides against each other. There could be no other explanation. The situation escalates further when the agitated crowds enter the fray. You spot Anaximandros climbing into Spiridon's chariot, and the two of them escape the hippodrome through the unguarded exit. I'm going to give chase. The chase is on. You leave the madness of the hippodrome behind and steer your chariot out into the streets of Constantinople in hot pursuit of Spiridon and the traitor Anaximandros. With blades unfolded, your chariot smashes through market stalls and pottery in the narrow back alleys, while a hissing Anaximandros tries to give you a taste of the whip without any success. You rush past the Hagia Sophia and onto the Augustan Square as terrified priests scramble to get out of the way. With a sharp turn, you continue forward on the Mess, the main thoroughfare, and speed past the ox carts and the Forum of Constantine before Spiridon abruptly turns north towards the Golden Horn. He finally loses control of his chariot at the docks and it crashes into some stacked crates. You step out of your chariot and draw your mace. I'm going to give no quarter. Spiridon has been impaled on a nearby fence and his dead eyes glare at you accusingly. Anaximandros, however, lies wheezing on the docks with a broken leg. He curses your name as you approach with your mace. Why do all this, you ask him. What could you possibly gain? The little man grins wryly at you. Eons ago, there were 4 chariot-racing teams. The Blues, the Greens, the Whites, and the Reds. And then the 2 most powerful teams all but absorbed the 2 weakest. Who speaks of the Whites today? Or the Reds? Where is their glory? The domination of the Blues and the Greens had to end, Majesty, at any cost. My nephew Spiridon and I could get them to wipe each other out. You've heard enough. With a single blow, your mace forever silences Anaximandros. We gain the trait Cavalry Leader. Nice. You would like me to convert you. No, I already said no and I will say no again. One of the eunuchs at the Imperial Court has distinguished himself and caught the attention of your advisors. Though they are usually of the jealous kind and loath to admit redeeming qualities in others, they cannot deny the promise of this young man. Sure, bring him before me. The eunuch is brought, and you can immediately tell there is a keen intelligence behind the young man's eyes. His loyalty to you is without question, and here is a man who cannot be seduced by the wiles of women, or turned against you by dynastic ties. Despite his few years, he has already won renown for his stewardship. Chrysogonos is his name. Chrysogonos. Okay. Chrysogonos. Very, very good at stewardship. Not landed, however, so we can't do anything. Can't really do anything with that information, but we didn't expect him to be landed because that would take away the whole point of the event. Yeah, commander of the Varangian Guard can be my commander. Seems good. Right, I can righteously imprison some people. Anyone unlanded with a ton of money? I could have righteously imprisoned this guy. I'm trying to kill someone. I don't have a lot of success chance. I'm not going to try and kill him, because if I try and kill him and fail, I'm going to have to go to war with him, and I don't want to go to war with him, so yeah, hopefully we can avoid that. Wait, this army just ran into me. Ran into my retinue. Why would you do that? Emperor Mao Taizo, known for his open policy, has died, and Mao Xianzhu now sits upon the dragon throne. It's said that he especially appreciates Zunis, but despises Mazdan religions. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of grace, so I don't need to do anything with that anyway. Don't want arrest chance of plot power? Arrest chance. Right now, anyway. I'm not doing any plots, but I might do arrests. We have a dangerous faction, and we now have an open council position. We'll put in Boethius. That's fine. We need a new commander. That can be you. Which one's dangerous? This one. Yeah, it looks a bit dangerous. Right. There's an Orthodox uprising. It's very strong. Okay. Let's raise up a few... not those ones. Let's raise up a few troops here. Here? Yeah, that'll probably do. Well, actually, we probably want to raise up the ones from Constantinople as well. Yeah, like that. Seems good. We have an apostate here. Burn him. Nice. Go defeat that army over there. We have an aggressive guy. Let's go. Beat him up. Kill him. Should be easy. Yep. Our armies were just, like, objectively better. So that worked. Offer peace and force demands. Nice. We're starting to actually get a solid bit of control over our realm here, which is nice. So, I'm happy with that. We do have the odd faction, but we're getting solid control. My uncle died, which is interesting because there was a kind of split of vote going on. Now, oh, people are voting for my nephew as well. But there was a bit of a split of vote going on. Now all the votes going to my brother, but it's mostly going to Comas. We don't need that. That's okay. People are forming alliances with each other. We've ruled for a long time, haven't we? We're 46. That's alright. You need to have some sort of thing here. Why don't you have a duty education? Sure. Mix it up a little bit. We have a lot of money. We could do something with it, but I'm happy to save up for a little bit. Your dedication to religious pursuits has been noted, and I'm now friends with this dude. China has declared a war on is that Euchre? Something like that? Right. I do have some raiders on me. I'm not going to deal with the raiders. I'm just going to let them raid. I don't want to be cruel, so we'll choose the other option there. Right. You have a ton of money. Child lacks a childhood focus. Let's give you a thrift focus. Let's have a quick look over here. How old is our son? 15. Can I introduce him to the realm? No, because I don't have that. I do have groom and heir. Why can I not introduce him to the realm? Is the current heir? Ah, because he's not the current heir, I can't introduce him. Okay, fair enough. We'll still get it at the end of the month, though. Every morning since my injury, I've been startled by the stump where my hand used to be. The people around me have not been able to get used to it either. Lately, I've considered having a prosthetic hand crafted. Perhaps it would make me look and feel more like my old self. Oh, yeah. I would love a golden hand. Yep. Have I just got myself a golden hand? Yep. Sex appeal +5. Artifact will always be destroyed in death. Oh, okay. Well. That's disappointing. I was hoping that my generations could have the golden hand. So I've groomed an heir. Constas. He's awful. Okay. See the realm prosper. Stay at peace for 5 years. That seems like a very possible thing. My heir will marry. Well, my firstborn son will marry. Let's not call him heir now. Not get too ahead of ourselves. I'm just kind of looking for a good genetic trait. Ooh. There we go. Strong. You'll marry this person. Right. I don't really care who she is, but I want them to be married. Duchy of Crete. We now have that back again. Crete's over here. So I'm going to give you Crete. Enjoy. He loves me for giving him Crete. That's perfect. It's the kind of vassal I could get used to. Need a designated regent. Well, I don't know. Let's first of all put someone on my council. A new steward. Oh, does that mean my brother died? Does mean my brother died. Oh. Okay. New steward is going to be... Could be this guy. This is 40 opinion with him. Let's choose him. I know it's a bit of a bold move, but... Yeah. If I send him a gift, how much am I getting? 22? Award him an honorary title. And keep awarding him honorary titles. Yeah, why don't you keep just collecting some honorary titles here, mate? Designated regent, sure. And then here's a gift. Look at that, he kinda likes me now. Even though he absolutely hated me at one point. We have enough positives that he kinda likes me. I do want to change only external vassal war declaration, because people seem to hate it, but... I'm going to change it to allowed. I have enough support. Let's just change it to allowed. Yeah. Oh, I lost one of my retinues here. I just noticed that. I lost my new retinue. Yeah. Because I noticed it went back down to 1,500. Oh, I think my brother just became my heir because I just changed that allow vassal war declaration. It pushed enough people over the edge. Yeah, perfect. Nice. You need an education? Why don't you have a stewardship education? And you can be educated by, like, this guy. Sure. Right. And with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.